I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, you guys, but Asuelu and Kalani are getting divorced. I wish I could say this was totally unexpected, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us expected this to happen. You guys remember how a couple of weeks ago I reported about how it seemed very obvious that Asuelu and Kalani were done? Well, if you haven't seen that video, then you need to check it out ASAP because a lot has been happening and Asuelu has finally confirmed our suspicions. So after years of constantly trying to fix their marriage, Asuelu and Kalani have finally called it quits, and this was confirmed by Asuelu on his Instagram page after he posted a video revealing to the world that he is now single. So honestly, I never thought he'd actually be the one to break the news, and considering that he's a lot more secretive than Kalani whenever the issue of their marriage is brought up. So we all know that Asuelu and Kalani have openly struggled with their relationship from the get-go, and a lot of us initially thought, because they actually have kids together, so they would, actually find a way to fix it all. But things between them only kept on getting worse, and things between them became so bad that Asuelu ended up blocking Kalani on social media in around March. And to make things even worse, when Kalani was asked about the condition of their relationship, she simply said that she'd explain at the end of the month. And now, literally 3 months after all this happened, the moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. Asuelu has confirmed that they're getting divorced. So according to Asuelu, Kalani isn't the person she used to be anymore, and his statements seem to confuse a lot of people, myself included. And when fans, pushed for clarity, he reminded us all that he is still under a contract. So Asuelu obviously has a lot more to say about his and Kalani's relationship, but he isn't saying much because of his contract with TLC. And this is probably why he's been so cryptic about everything that's going on, only giving out, bits and pieces and then leaving us to figure out the rest. And when he's tried explaining his current situation with Kalani, all he has said was that it was hard. And I mean, we all know that part because we've literally watched them fight time after time after time, and thankfully he still gave out some information. So apparently it's hard because he wants to get a house while Kalani doesn't, and there's also the fact that the two of them have been having a really hard time communicating with each other, a problem which Asuelu blames on Kalani. But if I remember correctly, isn't he the one that blocked her on social media? And honestly, this story just keeps getting crazier and crazier because we all know that part of many of the issues that Asuelu and Kalani have faced over the years is mainly centered on the fact that Kalani thinks Asuelu is very immature and doesn't want to grow up, and this is a fact that no one can really deny. And while still on the topic of their relationship, Asuelu mentioned that he hopes they'd sell their house soon so he can get back to work. So apparently, is this him trying to tell us that he doesn't have a job currently? And I can only assume that this fact is probably not sitting well with Kalani because this has been a major issue for them in the past. And back when they had a clash about Asuelu's mother and sister constantly demanding money from them when Asuelu could barely hold down a job. Well, some people have apparently picked up an issue with how Asuelu has been discussing his personal life in public, and this is probably why someone commented on his video and said that he should try and keep his private life, private, and maybe actually try resolving things with Kalani. And Asuelu simply responded that his life isn't personal anymore because it's kind of everywhere, and he does have a point there. But now Asuelu has come out to reveal that he is single, and he made this revelation in a TikTok video of him taking out the trash. And to think what he wrote on his TikTok video wasn't clear enough, he followed up the video with this pretty weird and cryptic caption that read, "Sometimes your dreams never come true." And maybe the dream he was referring to is him actually having a peaceful marriage with Kalani, because let's face it, he and Kalani are probably the most unhappiest couple on 90 Day Fiancé. I mean, outside of the obvious fact that Asuelu has indirectly revealed to the world that he and Kalani are probably headed towards a divorce, I couldn't help but notice some other things in that same TikTok video. I mean, we all know that Asuelu's dancing has helped him shed a couple of pounds, but now he looks like a completely different person. I mean, you guys are never going to believe just how different he now looks. I mean, I know Asuelu may not be the most responsible guy out there, but if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's the fact that he's a really good dancer. and through his dance posts, we've all been able to see that he's lost a huge amount of weight, but that doesn't seem to be the only change we've seen, because he's been going through this constant transformation that has left a lot of people wowed. I mean, starting with the obvious fact that he works out and now he looks a lot bulkier than before, and he's also swapped his normal curly haircut with a buzz cut, and now he's, growing a French beard, which is obviously a far cry from his usual clean-shaven look. So it seems like Asuelu's going through a complete physical transformation, and apparently everything about him is literally changing, including his marital status, and hopefully as time progresses, we'd get to find out more about his and Kalani's supposed separation. And we shouldn't also forget that Kalani hasn't really said anything to support or deny Asuelu's claims, so that's another thing to kind of think of. I mean, I guess all we can do right now is just, wait and see how everything between them will eventually play out. But I'm very curious, so I have to ask, do you guys really believe that Asuelu and Kalani are done for good, or are they just faking it? I mean, I'll be looking for your answers down in the comment section below, so let me know what you guys think about this crazy update. But real quick, my take is, I think finally Asuelu and Kalani are just done. They're saying things that are kind of contradicting, mainly just Asuelu, but I think this has been going on since like 2018, 2019, well, 2019-ish. It's been like 3 years. I think Kalani and Asuelu, they are done. They're going their separate ways. And I think Asuelu will likely stay in America and just work and probably see his kids every few months, if I had to guess. But that is just my take. So guys, like always, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor, hit the like, follow, share, subscribe button. And y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.